Alright, thank you everyone so much for tuning back in. Make sure you smash that subscribe button and the like button. There'll be plenty more videos about plants. I wanted to update this video of my first attempt at a living fence when I first started in-ground gardening about 5 years ago. Previously I had only gardened in pots. This is a bit of a failure of a living fence, because as you can see, you can kind of see through it. Looking back on it, I probably should have just planted a line of arborvitaes. Instead, I was very into permaculture, and I planted a very biodiverse thicket of plants. And in places it has worked, but for the most part, it did not provide me as much cover as I would have liked. Here's kind of a dense portion of it where you have a lot of different types of growth all in the same little area, and trees growing very close to each other. I think this area has done really well, and I believe that it will fill in nicely this year. But just to report back, I would have to say, see, this tree is just tucked in here. Just to report back, I'd have to say, a biodiverse planting is like this for a living fence is not nearly going to be as efficient as if you just had a line of evergreens that would just grow up. And I still might plug some in here and there. I plugged in this fig tree, apple tree, and then this loquat. This loquat should provide a good amount of privacy once it gets bigger, and it is evergreen. But and this stuff is evergreen too, and will provide privacy and get big, but it's so slow growing. It's probably at least 5 years off, maybe 10 years off. I have one of these privets here, and then a native, this is actually a native honeysuckle. So you can see I kind of did get crazy with this living fence. I kind of plugged anything in, because got a native honeysuckle, a vitex tree, and a privet tree, like all plugged in here. But to be honest with you, it doesn't look uniform like I'd want it to, and it's not actually serving that purpose that I'd want it to. I'd rather it be providing privacy. I'll bring you over here to a living fence that is what I should have. This is what I should have done. Well, this is actually an option too that I could have done. I could have plugged these in, but they're also very slow growing. But these are evergreen, and probably will get pretty tall too. But what I should have done should have plugged in these. I should have planted these. And by now, that would really be making a statement. I should have planted an arborvitae, green giant. So just when I think that I have enough, or just when I think that I'm happy with, how many I have, arborvitaes wise, I realized that I should have planted more. So this is really a video expressing to you that if you want privacy, if you want a living fence, There's no other better option than an arborvitae to go with. You could go with something like this, but it's slower growing and it's bushy. This isn't even over the fence yet. It's been here for like a year. Now, I imagine it'll take off this year, but still, you don't want to have to wait that long. You know what I'm thinking now is what I'll do? Because this space really just needs one arborvitae. I'll get one arborvitae and I'll plug it in here and I'll move this apple. And that should be good. But yeah, it's just really a shame, especially when you look from the street and you can tell that if I just had something taller, if I just had an arborvitae, gosh, or now I'm even thinking about this, huh? What about this? What if I do this? Because they're so fast growing. What if I were to plant, and I think I should now that I think about it, Leyland cypress. This is a giant Leyland cypress. I didn't plant this, probably planted about when the house was built, probably 20 some years back. I imagine this might even have been a builder. This is a builder grade tree. A lot of builders will put in Leyland cypresses. They're super cheap. Could have been a builder that put this thing in. Put a line of them. I'm very grateful that he did. Provides a mass amount of privacy. So you know what? That's it. That's the decision. I'd say this is the catch-22. Technically, the green arborvitae, the green giant, the arborvitae green giant, the bigger one is going to be your best privacy option. But if you're concerned about a fast-growing tree and you need it to get tall fast, you want it to make an impact fast, I'd say then's your catch-22, and you could go with the Leyland cypress. But just know it's going to get way bigger, but it'll make a faster impact. So I think I will go with the Leyland, especially because it is cheaper. Yeah, let's go over here for a second. Wait a second. Let's go over here. Okay. You can see in here we've got everything rocking on in the greenhouse. It's not too eventful in here. I realized I've now identified these. These are maple trees, not bonsai, or not black bamboo. So the bamboo hasn't sprouted up yet, unfortunately. I think that's gonna take a minute. Got some beautiful flowers coming from this guy. I wish I could have this thing higher up. Let's see. If I cut my window open all the time, I could. Look at this thing, huh? I want to do a specialty video on this. This is a Victorian era tree, the flowering maple. Just a beautiful tree. It is just really great, I'd say. We've got some more flowers popping off here. This looks good. It's gonna be a good amount of flowers there on the Buddha's hand. We did have some flowers. Oh, I don't know what happened to it. I did have some fruit. I guess it got brushed off or something, man. Well, that sucks. Man, I know we're gonna get fruit from this soon, though, because I see flowers all over this thing, but wow, yeah, look at all those flowers. It's covered in flowers. We gotta get a little bit of fruit, right? You'd think. You'd hope. So, thought it had some, but it fell. It looks like it fell off. I think it was right here. So hopefully it holds the fruit. Jabuticabas are an absolute depressing mess. They're just dying back. You know, I'm not letting that stop me though. It is what it is. We had massive Jabuticaba extinctions in the greenhouse. Looks like it's more of an indoor plant. Unless you get a Jabuticaba coronata, it's more of an indoor plant. I mean, we do have the red coming back from down here. Hopefully a little bit comes up here. Might be dead up here. I don't know. It's hard to say. We've got this one looking like it wants to come back, but no real action yet. So, oh, look at this. Ooh, little pea pod. Okay. You know what? Let's do this. Let's have a little snack. Wow, this is not wanting to come off there, huh? Check this out. Little pea pod. Grown 100% in the greenhouse. It was never taken out of the greenhouse. Germinated it from a seed in the greenhouse. Kept it in the whole time. A pea. Didn't really do anything to stake it up. It's just kind of leaned up against the greenhouse. It's flowering. There's this running joke about peas with gardeners, that it's the vegetable that never makes it inside because you just kind of snack on it in the garden. And a lot of people give up growing peas because you don't really get a harvest that you can bring inside usually, because they kind of come on gradually, so it's not all at once. But I like that about it. It's like a little snack. Let's test it. Okay. Very good. Not like the peas you get in the grocery store. I'd never find a need to add seasoning to any of my homegrown stuff, just because you can actually taste the nutrition in there and the absence of chemicals, and it's extremely refreshing. So if you enjoyed this video, please smash the subscribe button. I know we're kind of all running around the place, but I noticed that you guys like living fences. I know that's a huge deal. Fences, living fences, privacy, we all struggle with that and strive for that. So I hope I shared some great ideas with you guys, and hope you'll leave a comment below for me. And please subscribe and like the video. Again, it really helps me out being a small channel, and I will definitely be updating you guys with updates soon. Thank you, and keep growing. Out.